Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. First of all, thank you for the opportunity given to me to present my seminar proposal. My name is Zainafa Elina and I'm from English Education Study Programs. Today, I would like to present my research entitled Implementing Tree and Space Strategy in Teaching Writing to the 11th grades. To the 11th grade student SMA Negeri 6 Palembang. Okay, in this presentation, I will explain to you all about my backgrounds, my research problem, my research objectives, significant, theoretical, and other. Okay. Okay. So the next is research background. My brother is writing is one of the most important skills in English learning because it helps students communicate their ideas, thoughts, and information writing from. However, many students still experience difficulty in writing based on observation and previous study. Students often struggle with several aspects such as grammar, vocabulary. Okay, next is uh, about the problem, and I have my solution. The problem is the major problem faced by students is that they struggle to start writing and cannot develop their ideas clearly. Many students feel confused when they are asked to write because they don't know how to begin organize their thoughts. Consequently, the writing becomes unclear and lacks structure. To solve this problem, this research proposed to use tree and space strategy. These strategies are expected to get students step by step in writing process. By using these strategies, students may find it easier to organize ideas and produce better writing. Next is about the research gaps. Okay, previous studies have already discussed writing strategies. However, most studies only focus on three strategy on or space strategy on. In addition, many previous studies were conducted in limited context of different educational level. Therefore, there is still a gap in research, especially regarding the implementation of both tree and space strategies combined at the high school level. For this reason, my study aims to fill this gap by investigating the effectiveness of combining tree and space strategy in teaching writing to the 11th grade student. Okay, based on the background of the study, this research focus on two main research problems. The first question is there significant improvement in student writing achievement after being taught using tree and space strategy? Okay. This question aims to determine whether the strategies can improve the student writing performance. The second question is there a significant difference between student talk using tree and space strategy and the talk using conventional strategy? This question helps compare the effectiveness of both teaching methods. Okay, the next is research objectives. In line with research problem, the study has two objectives. The first objective is to analyze the improvement of student writing achievement after the implementation of tree and space strategy. So, the second objective is to compare the writing achievement of student taught using tree and space strategy with student taught using conventional teaching method. After that, through these objectives, their study seeks to determine whether these strategies provide better result in teaching writing. Okay, the next is significance of the study. This study has both theoretical and practical significance. From the theoretical perspective, this research is expected to contribute to knowledge about effective writing strategies in English learning in English language teaching. From practical perspective, this research can benefit both teacher and student. For the teacher, tree and space strategy may become an alternative teaching strategy to improve student writing skill. For students, these strategies are expected to help them improve writing ability, organize ideas more clearly, and increase confidence in writing English text. Okay, the next is about concept of writing. Writing can be defined as the process of expressing ideas, opinion, and information in writing form. Writing is very important not only for communication but also for academic success because students are often required to write a segment, essay, and explanation. In writing, students sort by attention to several important components such as content, grammar, mechanic, and writing style. Good writing should contain clearly, correct clearly, the ideas clearly, so the correct grammar, proper punctuation, and well organized structure. Therefore, writing is considered complex skill that requires practice and guidance. Okay, now about the tree and space strategy. Now I will explain to you all about the tree and space strategy. First is tree strategy. Consists of T R E is TS stand for topic sentence which introduce the main idea. R stand for reason where a student provides supporting reason. And E study stands for explanation, meaning student explain the reason with more detail, and last is E stand for ending, which concludes paragraph. Meanwhile, space strategy consists of setting. First is setting, meaning the context of the story or writing. So the next is purpose, which explain the goal of the writing. The next is action, is referring to important activities or event. The next is conclusion, which close the writing. And last is evaluation, where students reflect or access the writing. Together, this strategy help students organize idea in structure and systematic way. Okay, the next is advantage. There are several advantages of using tree and space strategy. First is the strategy helps students organize their ideas clearly. The second, they provide step-by-step guidance, making the writing process is easier. So the third is this strategy may improve student motivation and confidence because students have clear direction when writing. Finally, writing Finally, writing becomes more structured and organized, which may improve student overall writing achievement. The next is research method. This study uses a quantitative method with an experimental design. The participant of the study is consists of two groups. The experimental class, which will be taught using tree and space strategy, and the control class, which will be taught using the conversational strategy. The instrument used in this research is writing test, including pre-test and post-test. The pretest will be conducted before treatment to measure student initial ability, while the post-test will, will be conducted after treatment to evaluate student improvement. Okay, the next is about hypothesis and my conclusion from my seminar proposition presentation. Finally, I would like to explain the hypothesis of the study. The null hypothesis states that there is not significant improvement in, in student writing achievement after using tree and space strategy. Meanwhile, the alternative hypothesis or H1 states that there is significant improvement in student writing achievement after using tree and space strategy. Okay, in our conclusion, the study expects that tree and space strategy can positively improve student writing ability and provide better outcomes than conventional teaching methods. Okay, the next is okay. Thank you. Finally, I have. Uh, thank you for your attention all. I'm ready for question and discussion.